where, Tampa? Pensacola first.
You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter. And they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. We'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Kamara running out of the gun. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Running right, it's Kamara. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop. A nice pickup of 6. That's going to bring up 3rd down 9.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
His first throw is an interception. Picked off by Jalen Petrie.
Sit down.
So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Ooh, sharp running here. He's past the 30. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Tank Dell, the touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
They didn't tell us that they didn't say they had other people on.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hello? Yeah. What time you want me to come?
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap.
I'm gonna be out there taking my exam for 9 in the morning.
They'll have to come up with
I'll
5
try to
extra
get out
yards
by
now after that first down
11.
flag.
So you could be right. You want to come by around that time?
Now Carr.
All right.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. This is complete to Olave. And he gets him around 6 there. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop. Third and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one hits for 30. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Simple dive up the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It's going to be a gain of 5 on what will be the final play of our opening quarter. So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They have second down and 5. This is reeled in by Kamara. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Pistol snap to Carr. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
On fourth down, Carr. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he goes out a little short of the 40. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on fourth down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Kamara now on first and 10. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he makes the play. It's a touchdown. But hang on a second. I spy a flag out there, Brock. This could erase that score. Blake Groupie to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints tie this game 7-7. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Damian Pierce now to return it. And he gave it his best to get to the 25, just a step or two short of it. He's out along the 24-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now begin with a run by Mixon. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. They get 6, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Chased out, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Pass taken in by Diggs. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. They're out just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
A lot of room they need here. It's 4th and a long 8. They're going for this. And they got home. Sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
Carr now on 1st and 10. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The Saints get some late points and the lead. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Cut near the goal line. Final timeout called by the Texans. And that's all they've got for what little remains in this half. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Stroud. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Tyrann Mathieu.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
Give them a couple on the play, but no matter. We've reached the end of our first half. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Saints return the interception close to the red zone. He's stopped inside the 25. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
The 24-yard line.
Carr off the play fake. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints push their lead further to start the half. You should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. They'll try to run it in. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. He'll take this at the 10.
What?
He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Going right side, mixing with it. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out! And the Saints grab it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. 1 play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Carr with it on 1st. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed is the difference. Oh, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tried getting it to Chris Olave. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Here comes the Saints punting unit. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be Texans football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now it's Stroud. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Saints will nearly return this for a touchdown. They're tackled at the 5-yard line. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Running behind center with Kamara. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
Kamara. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Saints pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. Now the Saints to the line for another 2-point try. They'll try it on the ground. And right back into the end zone he goes. So one play, it's a touchdown. Then the next for 2, and he's extending their lead. Now to handle the kickoff. Pierce now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A give to Mixon up the middle. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
From the 32. Now they'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. And they're going to go ahead and let the play stand as it happens. They decline the penalty. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Stroud escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Offense in the hurry up here. 1st down. Stroud. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Stroud. Fits it through the middle. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Sending the tight end in motion left. Mixon will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans get it back to a 14-point game. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Aziz Al-Shire that time on the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go play action with Carr. He put everything he had into this one. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And the Texans have some new life in the 4th.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Diggs there to bring it in. And he'll head out of bounds at the opponent's 35. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. This is complete to Schultz. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes and have to stay in position, and most importantly, swat that pass away.
Dumps it off to his running back. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Stroud throwing here on 1st. He's got it near the 10. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. First down from the red zone. Caught by Diggs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Texans 14 points back. Need better results here on 2nd and goal from the 10. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Willie Gay with the pick. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. Throwing a good depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
If you say that, you know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
And that one's gone. To add a couple more on to this massive, some might say insurmountable lead here in the 4th. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick, here's Stroud. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Completed to Collins. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. To the air, Stroud. Trying to push it deep downfield. Big shot is hauled in. Feet are inbounds. Oh, what a play. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans get it back to within 2 possessions. Tank Dell, the touchdown. He's throwing for it. Oh, and he's got a man open. Complete. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down to the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. Oh, the Texans are confident they have it, and they do! Timing's so important for a team to recover its own onside kick, but jumped the gun there before it went 10 yards, and that drew the flag. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Trying for the deep ball. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Throwing deep for the end zone. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Jimmy Ward has it.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
A bit of desperation on, and that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Alontae Taylor has it. And the Saints take possession of the football.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Looking for the back that time. And it's going to be second down. Back to the air, Carr. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And the Texans get it as he makes his 3rd interception of this game.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
He's hoping to get it to Tank Dell there. So it's second down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly when he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
That one's cut along the left sideline. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it sets up a Houston first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Brought in close to the 8.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. Reaches the 40. Into the red zone. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
So it's a win for the Saints. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. And the crowd, they did their part too, adding to just an awesome atmosphere, helping energize those players.
And they're going to draw the lines around your belly, and how they going to do it? Ooh. I can't wait to trace some titties. For what? No, fuck Brent. They killed the prince on his deed.
It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years. And our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Blake Grupe out and ready to send this away. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. Return starts from the goal line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he's brought down for a loss. Working quickly here. Young on the play action. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
On third down, it's Young. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings up 4th and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
They can't connect as the coverage comes through. 4th down stand.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There's not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Give him about 16 yards on that game, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Kamara. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They'll look to run with Williams. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Saints get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Blackshear on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he gets him into a good spot. Just a yard or 2 shy of the 40-yard line. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
You're too excited.
Running right. Here's Hubbard. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Hubbard again. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 39. That'll be caught by Adam Thielen. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. Handoff running right, Hubbard. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Young on 1st and 10. It's caught. That's Thielen. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game. But boy, Brock, what a shot. Time for our 2nd quarter here, and the Panthers are thinking points. 2nd down, looking for options. Headed out right. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he's going to step out with no gain.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Third down, run by Hubbard. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Offense up to the line fast. Now it's Young. Forced out to his right. It's incomplete. Risky throw to the sideline. They're lucky that defender didn't keep on going down the sideline there. It's going to be second down. Out of the gun, Young. Escapes out to the left. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Buckle up. It's third and goal. Hubbard. And he will take this across. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers start to fight back with their first points of this game. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Pinheiro good on the extra point. And the Panthers tie this game 7-7. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got first down from the 31. Pistol snap to Carr. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it.
And the defense was all over that throw. Able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's Carr. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. The Saints looking for a score before halftime. They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. Dane Jackson with the pick.
We see quarterbacks in this league love targeting their slot guys so often. They get plenty of chances defensively to take one the other way. Nice to see him come through with that one. And what a great read to get in position for that pick.
Brought in right side. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10, it's Hubbard. And he pushed deep into enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line. Play action now, Young. Buys time, rolling right. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Out of the shotgun, give to Hubbard. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. From the red zone now. Cuffs, this is Xavier Leggett. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Young working from the gun. On the move, headed right. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of the defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Hubbard goes up and over for the touchdown. The Panthers take the lead just before halftime. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Point after from Pinheiro is up and good. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Now Carr. Completes this one to Hill. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints earn the chance to tie before halftime. Groupie's extra point is good. And the Saints tie things up at 14. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Makes the grab in bounds left side.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Hayward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
2nd and 13. He's got Shaheed. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down to the 47. They strike for 23 yards. that's good for a New Orleans first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Carr here from the gun. That's caught by Chris Olave. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 11. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Saints, first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Kamara gets it. Into the second level past the 30. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
Even before that time, so 6 to go on second down. Another run for Kamara. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Offense in the hurry up here. Carr with it on 3rd and short. Catch is made in close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Kamara. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal. On the give, it's Miller. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take the lead right away in half number 2. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Blackshear on the return. And look at this return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. 3 quarters in the books from this one. The Panthers have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap now to Young. Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Here's Hubbard on the give. Into the secondary past the 40. And he's finally brought down at the 33. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right, they love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented...
A crucial mistake late. It's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints are tackled on the return right along their own 40-yard line. And just like that, a very run-focused drive comes to an end that time with an interception.
You know, a lot of times, Kate, when you're finding success running it on a drive, it's because the defense is just waiting for you to throw it. And that's where they're prepared at the time. Sure enough, It's not a rush that dooms him, but a pass and an interception.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Hand off here for Miller. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. He's back to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
He brings in the fair catch, and as he does it, we'll see what this penalty flag is all about. Well, if there's an avoidable penalty, Brock, that's probably it. He just didn't let him make the fair catch, and that's going to help their field position considerably. Setting up to pass. Connection made to Tremble. He's got room to roam here. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line. Hubbard. And they'll mark him down there after the dive. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Here he is to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Panthers jump in front late. It's a Bryce Young touchdown. Pretty important PAT here, Brock, to make it a field goal game. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. He'll look to throw it. Trying to push it deep downfield. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Panthers make the play that should win them this game.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Here's a give to Hubbard. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's on the move. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they make the tackle at the 38. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. New set of downs for him at the 38. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Buying some time left. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. So it's the Panthers who take this one on the road. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
D, all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. The veteran kicker, Dustin Hopkins, out to get things started. And off we go from the Superdome. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. First carry now for Alvin Kamara. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. On the ground, this is Kentre Miller. Room up the sideline at the 45. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Miller. And he'll get this close to a 1st down. It's about 7, maybe a yard short of the 1st down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him. The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
That's taken in, and he will have that 1st down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On the give, this is Kamara. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
The start man finds Miles Garrett. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Carr to throw.
30-yard line.
He's got it at about the 8. And he's going to be out of bounds. They're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's first and goal. They'll run here with Kamara. And he's in! Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, Saints. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
So after one, after the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Watson going to throw right away. Going deep downfield for Judy. Oh, a bad decision there. Off his back foot, it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. Threw him up the sideline at the 45. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. Here's first and 10. They'll go again here with Kamara. He'll work forward for a couple. Myles Garrett able to bring him down. Second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Carr. Oh, that swung out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
Now, first down throw for Watson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Out of the gun, Watson. He'll get this complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Watson now on third down. Looking deep here for Tillman. And he's in. Cedric Tillman. Touchdown, Cleveland. Dustin Hopkins now to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Browns will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10. On the handoff, it's Kamara. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play. First half All tied at 7. We're back to New Orleans after this. Now, a second down throw from Carr. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete. They need 8 as they come up for third down. Carr now. Oh, an ill-advised throw there. It's an interception. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. Now the Georgia Bulldog. Here's Nick Chubb. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. Shotgun snap to Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. From the shotgun, here's Watson. He's got his man complete. That's Judy. A gain of 17 yards. It's a Browns first down. Watson. This throw left is complete with Judy.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A good spot here, second and a yard. Again, it's Watson. He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jerry Judy, the intended target, and it'll lead to a second and goal. To the air again. Watson. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Demario Davis. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Here's Carr throwing from the pistol. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 70 yards. Touchdown, New Orleans. On comes Blake Grupe for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Saints will move out to a 14-7 lead. 4 seconds still to be played in this half as that one's away. Here comes Ford on the return. He'll be out of bounds beyond the 20-yard line. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. A play fake. Now Watson to throw. Going deep downfield for Judy. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with these two teams separated by a touchdown. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he's down at 23, and that's where the offense will take over. First and 10. Here's Watson. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Demario Davis.
All right, Mike, you know me. I tend to be an offensive guy, so if we're taking a big shot to start this half, I'm thinking touchdown. But rather, we go interception to begin the second half. Now, still an exciting play. I think we're going to see both sides willing to continue to take these risks, take these chances throughout the rest of this second half.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Play action now. It's Carr. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in back.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he's got the first down. A great job looking at engaging where the marker is and getting there to set up first and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here's a run. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up second and goal.
No gain on the play. Please distribute and goal.
Carr working out of the gun. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's so close to the goal line. Couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up third and goal. They'll try to run it with Williams. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Jamal Williams. Touchdown, New Orleans. So on third and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Here comes Ford on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. On first down, Watson. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Groupie now for the extra point.